والصلاة والسلام على من لا نبي بعده وبعد. When Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam first received the revelation, and he came back to Khadija, and Khadija took him to Waraqa ibn Nawfal, a man who had the knowledge of the book, a man who had the knowledge of the Christianity and Judaism. And when he heard and received what Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told him, he said the famous saying that we all know in the seerah, Wallahi, لقد نزل عليه الناموس الأكبر الذي نزل على موسى وليتني كنت جذعا إذ يخرجك قومك. What havoc has come to you, it is the exact thing that has come to Musa. And I wish I was a young man when your people kick you out of Mecca. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was shocked. And he said, أَوَ مُخْرِجِيَّهُمْ? Are they going to expel me? Are they going to kick me out? قال نعم. ما جاء أحد بمثل ما جئت به إلا وحاربه قومه. No one comes with anything similar that what you're coming with, except that his people will fight him and kick him out. And as Rasulullah ﷺ started preaching and approaching his people, and everyone, imagine this, it is not easy. It is easy when you read his seerah on a cup of tea and you're opening Al-Rahiq al-Makhtoom and Ibn Kathir, and it's a easy peasy lemon squeezy. But when you live the times of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's so horrific. It's tough. Someone was highly respected and called as-Sadiq al-Amin. Suddenly, every single one points at him on the streets of Mecca as a crazy. And imagine this. Someone comes to you and tells you, I just saw an angel with 600 wings right on the heaven. And he spoke to me and he told me, Iqra 3 times. Would you believe that? Would you believe it, ya akhi? You wouldn't buy it. And Rasulullah reaches a point where his own family, his own uncles are calling him crazy and not good in the head, to the point that he comes to Khadija. He asks her, brothers, Rasulullah ﷺ is an insan. He has natural feelings. When people keep pointing at him, pointing and repeating again and again and again as a crazy, he would question himself, am I crazy? And he would go to Khadija and ask her, Ya Khadija, أو بي جنون? Am I crazy? فقالت لا والله لا والله لست بمجنون. You're not crazy. فقال إذن ومن يصدقني يا خديجة? Who would ever believe me, Ya Khadija? Why aren't they believing me? At that point, when Rasulullah ﷺ was receiving all of that negative feelings to his heart, and it's sinking into his heart, Allah sends Jibreel with Suratul Qalam. Noon wal qalami wa ma yasturun. Ma anta bi ni'mati rabbika bimajnun. وَإِنَّ لَكَ لَأَجْرًا غَيْرَ مَمْنُونَ وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ عَظِيمٍ. You're not crazy, O Muhammad. You're absolutely not. And we are saving an abundance reward for you. And the thing about you, you have such a great, great, great level of manners and high manners. That's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calms down the feelings of His Prophet. And then He directs the speech to the people of Quraysh. The people of Quraysh who judged Prophet Muhammad because he doesn't have the wealth, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And he said, if he was only revealed to Al-Walid ibn al-Mughira and Urwa ibn Mas'ud al-Thaqafi, we would have believed you. But Muhammad, like God didn't find any other person but Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And who could ever He find better than Muhammad? Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shifts the speech in Surah Al-Qalam, telling us a story about the people of the garden who locked the garden and protected it, thinking that they're saving. They are protecting it, and such a reminder is coming at the right time. They are saving the garden so the poor people wouldn't come inside and take from the fruits. Allah unexpectedly comes from the inside where they didn't expect it to come. And Allah burned the whole garden upside down. A message to the people of Quraysh that whatever good and pleasure that you're living, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it to you, and Allah can take it away in a blink of an eye where you cannot even feel it. And at the end of this surah, Allah tells Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and concludes, "O Muhammad, I know it's tough, but you got to hold lots of patience. فَاصْبِرْ لِحُكْمِ رَبِّكَ." And don't you ever think about giving up. You don't give up until we tell you to give up. And that's a message to all of us. You don't get to choose when and how to give up. You are not allowed by Sharia, not by psychology or society or values or traditions. By the laws of Allah, you are not allowed to give up on your family, on your children, on your community, on your ummah. This is not your choice. And you're not allowed to do so until Allah tells you. And don't you ever be like the man of the whale. وَلَا تَكُنْ كَصَاحِبِ الْحُوتِ. The man of the whale who decided out of his own judgment and decision to leave his people at Nainawa, Yunus alayhi salam, and just leave the village. Who gave you the permission to drop the responsibilities off your shoulder? وَلَا تَكُنْ كَصَاحِبِ الْحُوتِ. You stick to your people. You hold patience and resistance and resilience to the last breath until we tell you to leave. وَلَا تَكُنْ كَصَاحِبِ الْحُوتِ إِذْ نَادَى وَهُوَ مَكْذُومٌ. He called Allah and he's so stressed. إِذْ نَادَى وَهُوَ مَكْذُومٌ لَوْلَا أَن تَدَارَكَهُ. If Allah didn't bless him, he would be a blameworthy. He would be cursed to the last day of his life. لَوْلَا أَن تَدَارَكَهُ نِعْمَةٌ مِّن رَبِّهِ لَنُبِذَ بِالْعَرَاءِ وَهُوَ مَذْمُومٌ. But Allah showed him some mercy and brought him back to him again. And remember that they will keep pointing to you as a crazy. وَيَقُولُونَ إِنَّهُ لَمَجْنُونَ وَإِن يَكَادُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَيُزْلِقُونَكَ بِأَبْصَارِهِم. They keep looking at you and pointing to you as a crazy. But always be reminded that this Quran is a reminder. A reminder from the Lord of all the worlds. وَمَا هُوَ إِلَّا ذِكْرٌ لِلْعَالَمِينَ. بارك الله لي ولكم. صلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه.